Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu and welcome to the Hadith series, Hadith Qudsi. Today we will be looking at the sixth Hadith of the 40 Hadith Qudsi. A brief explanation of Hadith Qudsi for those who are not familiar with it. Hadith Qudsi means pure or holy Hadith in Arabic. Hadith Qudsi are the sayings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, as revealed to him by the Almighty Allah. Hadith Qudsi are so named because, unlike the majority of the Hadith, which are prophetic Hadith, the authority sanad of Hadith Qudsi is traced back not to the Prophet but to Almighty Allah. Hadith Qudsi is not a separate book of revelation of Allah SWT like the Quran. Hadith Qudsi is a term used which signifies that the meanings of the Hadith is from Allah SWT and that the words are related from or by the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Unlike the Quran, where the meanings and the words are both from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Hadith on Al-Riyaa. Sixth Hadith of the 40 Hadith Qudsi. So let's begin. In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful. On the authority of Abu Huraira, may Allah be pleased with him, who said, I heard the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, the first of people against whom judgment will be pronounced on the day of resurrection will be a man who died a martyr. He will be brought and Allah will make known to him his favors, and he will recognize them. The Almighty will say, and what did you do about them? He will say, I fought for you until I died a martyr. The Almighty will say, you have lied. You did but fight, that it might be said of you, he is courageous, and so it was said in the world. Then he will be ordered to be dragged along on his face until he is cast into hellfire. Another will be a man who has studied religious knowledge and has taught it, and who used to recite the Quran. He will be brought and Allah will make known to him his favors and he will recognize them. The Almighty will say, and what did you do about them? He will say, I studied religious knowledge and I taught it and I recited the Quran for your sake. The Almighty will say, you have lied. You did but study religious knowledge that it might be said of you, he is learned, and you recited the Quran that it might be said of you, he is a reciter, and so it was said in the world. And then he will be ordered to be dragged along on his face until he is cast into the hellfire. Third will be a man whom Allah had made rich and to whom he had given all kinds of wealth. He will be brought and Allah will make known to him his favors and he will recognize them. The Almighty will say, and what did you do about them? He will say, I left no path untrodden in which you like money to be spent. I spend the money for your sake. The Almighty will say, you have lied. You did but do so that it might be said of you, he is open-handed, and so it was said in the world. Then he will be ordered to be dragged along on his face until he is cast into the hellfire. Al-Riyaa, in its essence, completely renders any act of worship invalid, however magnificent or delightful it is. Al-Riyaa is an act of discharging or offering acts of worship, ibadah, with a deliberate intention of making people see the act, so that they can praise or commend the doer and admire him. It is evident whenever Al-Riyaa is considered that people are the main factor and drive behind the action, not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Going by this definition of Al-Riyaa literally means insincerity, duplicity, hypocrisy, showing off, and eye service. By considering these words, the meaning of Al-Riyaa is distinctly discerned. Deeds are but by intentions, and every person shall have what he intended. Please do subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click the bell icon for notification of new videos. Please do like, share and comment. Thank you. Jazakallah khair.